Off loyalty pledge, your boy you see next how that mag and shoddy work. Can't rid this smell with bath and body works. It's sad and probably worse. First the chroma spit. Wise guys do drive-bys and don't own a whip. Time come divine sons need a song to rip. Thugs in harmony, cool, I got a bone to pick.
Vlogs, battles, music videos, interviews, and much more. Pushing the culture forward. No Mercy TV. Vlogs, battles, music videos, interviews, and much more. Pushing the culture forward. No Mercy TV.
Yo, what's good, y'all? No Mercy. Trap New York shit. NoMercyTV.com. You know what time it is, man? We here. We back. Man, it's been a lot been going on while I've been away, man. Been a lot going on. But first topic I want to touch on, man. Y'all know I be, dealing with shit outside of battle rap. This Max B situation. I'm gonna tell you like this, right? Max B, I wasn't really a fan of his music. Like, yeah, I know he's from Harlem and all that, but his music is just wasn't my cup of tea. You understand? Now I like all of the stuff that he did with Dipset, but the stuff that he did solo, I can't listen to that all day, But either way, still was a talented artist. Like, you can't take that from him. He was a star. Anybody that's going to run around with a perm, talking crazy, sunglasses on, listen, Max was one of them people, man, like that. Just the energy and the vibe, from, different stuff you see, like interviews and stuff like that, like, you could just tell he was a unique individual. You feel me? Like, it's nobody like Max B on this damn planet. You feel me? But I wasn't hip to his entire story until this recent documentary that came out on Spotify. And y'all owe my man Doggy Diamond some money too. You feel me? Like, we gonna talk about that shit. But I wasn't hip to the whole story, right? I would just always see, yo, free Max B, free the wave, yo, he coming home, a pill, and blah, blah, blah. And it just became so many different things I seen that was like, I don't know what's real or what's not, because, rumors spread and certain stuff going on. So I'm like, all right, when this joint came out, I wanted to watch it or listen to it because I wanted to know what the full story was. You feel what I'm saying? So basically, right, I hope I'm not violating somebody's copyright by basically explaining the synopsis of, I don't know, but whatever, I don't care. Y'all ain't paid Doggy Diamond, so we gonna tell y'all story right here anyway for free for the people, you feel me? But yeah, so basically, Max B's story in terms of the whole case was him, his girl, and somebody by the name of Pooh Sims, who was like a close friend of his, right? They basically plotted to line somebody. It was somebody that the girl was dealing with. A dude who go by, I think his name was Alan Plowden. He was running like mortgage scams and stuff like that with his man. So that's why he had, a lot of money on him. So they, him and Max B's girl, her name is Gina Conway, right? They ran into each other one night and, just started, building from there. Hey, once in a while, go to a hotel, do whatever, et cetera, right? So it was one night, right? She was with him. She knew he had a lot of money, et cetera, et cetera. He actually gave her a key to the hotel room, right? So she left. She went and told Max B and Pooh about, what was going on, whatever. Allegedly, I don't know what, motions and shit like that, people fighting, so I guess I got to use allegedly every once in a while. But basically, they all went and conspired to, go line dude, right? So Max wasn't there. And people were wondering why he got 75 years, but I'm explaining it though. Max wasn't there. It was old girl and Pooh Sims that went to, go do the actual robbery, right? So they get there. Shorty, it's another girl that the Plowden dude was dealing with. Like, I guess he kicked Max's girl out, right? And then brought another girl into the fold. So when they knocked on the hotel room door, because the key didn't work, Shorty came to the door, she opened the door. Once she opened the door, boom, they rush in. You know, they duct tape her to the chair, blah, blah, blah. They start trying to get her to tell them where the money is at. Mind you, Plowden is in the room, but he's asleep. He's knocked out. So they eventually have to wake him up to figure out what's going on. So he tells his man, I think his name was Taylor, right? He's telling him like, yo, I don't got the money in here. Taylor got the money. So they put him, he told him like, yo, he's in another room, right? So while they got him on the ground, gun to his head, et cetera, they put the phone to him, and he's telling Taylor, yo, bring the money to the room, right? So Taylor, I guess he could sense, what was going on in dude's voice, like he could tell dude was in trouble. So when he came to the room, mind you, he opened the door, a little bit of caution, right? So when he comes in, allegedly, I guess Pooh Sims got the gun to dude. He tries to fight the gun away from him, and it ends up going off, and Taylor basically winds up on the ground dead. You feel me? So this was a robbery turn murder, like a planned robbery turn murder. And they still wound up, I guess, taking, whatever little stuff they could get, little jewelry and other shit that, then they took like $1,000, like whatever they could find, and just got up out of there. So, basically, the dude who did get robbed, like the dude Plowden, he's the one who wound up testifying. He told everything, and we're not calling him a snitch. Like, for all we know, dude could have been a stone cold civilian. Doing mortgage scams ain't exactly something we consider street. It's just criminal. So, he wound up telling everything. Then Max B's girl, she wound up taking the plea deal, getting 15 years, telling everything. And that basically was what the issue was. So, Max, despite everything they had on him, they took it to trial, right? So his lawyer, which was a idiot and a piece of shit lawyer, he don't even do law no more. He's doing yoga instructions and shit like that. Like, he's doing that, right? So the lawyer basically, they had a plea deal on the table for 10 years. The lawyer told him to dub it because they can beat the case because Max B wasn't there. The lawyer told him he could beat the case because he wasn't there. This is why when you get lawyers, you make sure you get lawyers that know what they're talking about. Get lawyers that have hardware on their wall, that got plaques and shit like that, because you don't want to end up with an idiot like that. It doesn't matter if you're not there. If you help plan it and they have evidence that you helped devise the plan of the crime, you're an accessory, like you're a conspirator, you're all that other shit. So the reason Max initially got sentenced to 75 was because the stupid ass lawyer, told him to not take the plea deal and to take it to trial because they thought he could beat it, right? Mind you, throughout the court case, his lawyers messing up and doing a whole bunch of dumb shit, right? Max basically loses. And around 2015, 2016, he basically winds up getting a new legal team, right? Of course, throughout this time, they putting in motions and appeals to try to, get time knocked off and things of that nature. So the new legal team they hired, right? The way they were going to get time knocked off was basically by proving Max's old lawyer, which his name was Gerald Saluti. They had to prove that basically he was an incompetent lawyer and that Max was under the guise of like Max was under bad counsel. I think that's the term that they use, bad counsel. Basically, if you got a lawyer and he's just advising you to do a whole bunch of bullshit or whatever because he didn't really pass the bar, he probably printed up a fake bar passing test or something like that. Like, it was one of those types of situations. So because he had bad counsel, his new legal team was basically able to get 50 years knocked off of the sentence, right? So it brought his sentence to a total, instead of 75, it brought it down to 20 years. So he was supposed to come home in actually 2025. But a lot of y'all, I'm not sure if a lot of y'all are hip to this, but COVID. They're doing like a COVID credit thing where people are getting 18 months knocked off their sentence. So that's why now when you see that Max is coming home in April, that's the reason why. You know, so it's not going to be 2025. It's actually going to be April this year because he got the 18 months knocked off his sentence. You understand? So, but that story was interesting. That story was real interesting. Like, it was a whole bunch of different stuff that you'll learn about how the law works, about lawyers. Like, yo, there was a lawyer that came to see Max B that straight up was on some kill the witness type shit. Like, the nigga had a track record, and you know what's funny? Max B curved him, but after that, the lawyer wound up locked up. His name was Paul Bergerin. If you look it up, Paulbergrin. He wound up getting locked up later on under a RICO mad murders. He got locked up in 2013. But he was just like, dog, the type of shit that he was trying to have people do to win cases, oh man, he went the distance. And this is somebody who had big clients. He had like Lil Cam, Queen Latifah, and, you know, other gang leaders and shit like that. Like, he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing. Listen, if you about to go in for some shit that you trying to beat, you don't want a lawyer like that, because he gonna have you do some bullshit that's gonna get you even more time. You understand what I'm saying? But it was a real interesting story. It was just so much about the case that I didn't know, you know, and somebody who, you know, pay attention to hip hop, you know, we pay attention to all these cases and all these murders and, you know, all these high profile different situations. Especially Max B was running around dissing Jim Jones afterwards because they made him sign his publishing over for the bail money, which honestly, what was Max bail? Max bail was like 2 million, 1.5 or something like that. I think it was 2 million, then got reduced to 1.5. And like, I don't know if, you know, they had the money to just throw up for, you know, Max B to be on bail. So they basically made him sign his rights and shit over. So that's why him and Jim Jones had that issue, because he felt the way about it. Like, damn, I got to sign over all my publishing and rights and shit like that in order to, you know, get some bail money. So that was his whole issue. And, but yeah, but, you know, seeing all that at the time, not knowing the gravity of the situation, like, and it's, for me, somebody who had just got hip to the internet and was just starting to see all of the Max B versus Jim Jones and blah, blah. I'm like, yo, I was just seeing Max on all these Dipset projects, seeing him rocking out with them in their videos and stuff like that. Why they beefing now? Like, it was just a whole, you know, weird thing to me, and I had no idea about the whole situation. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, just being able to listen to that and really get clarity on a lot of things, like, it was one of those things I had a lot of questions about, and, you know, all of them questions really, you know, pretty much got answered in that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, salute to Max B. I'm pretty sure he gonna touch down. I think they said in April. You get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I just wanted to really just touch base and talk about that, you know, and got some more content on the way, man. I do want to talk about this Math Hoffa and China Mac thing, who I think is wrong, and, you know, a whole bunch of other stuff. But yeah, man, we back. Y'all see right here on camera with y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Got some dope interviews coming up as well. So make sure y'all stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, man, we back in a major way. So y'all stay tuned, man. Got some whole other shit in the works, but y'all will see soon. No Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. I'll holla at y'all.